All right, when video games were social, let's take a look at this. This one's kind of piqued my interest because I lived through the most social era of video games ever, where everyone was becoming best friends online through video games.
Like, I don't know if this spot right here means anything to you, but I remember 12 years ago, I was around here. I guess I first spawned, and I heard you and B-Rad talking in game chat in a free-for-all game on Scrapyard.
You guys love me? Well, as a friend, right?
Yeah, as a friend. I don't, Raja. I really like you. I'm dead! I don't appreciate you asking my 10-year-old son about some of the questions you were asking him.
Do you ever remember lobbies being full of active microphones? Playing your favorite online games and having the chance to meet someone new every time?
That was an incredible intro.
Have you been playing video games for a long time and realized,
What's up, KPG?
where the heck is everybody? I've been playing games since the early 2000s, and ever so slowly I have realized that each and every game that I have personally played just gets less and less talkative, less
True.
social, and
True.
more relying on the friendships you already have established.
He's correct.
I think over the past few years, almost a decade, multiplayer games have relied on being revolutionary and making their games as addicting as possible with their fluid mechanics. And I fully believe that most of these games out have some of the best gameplay I've ever seen, although people are getting tired of what is considered the same old same old. But what I think some modern gamers and developers fail to recognize is the social craze you got out of gaming that made online games
I
blow
love
up
Gears,
in the first
man.
place.
I honestly think people are, this is sad to say, but I think people are just kind of more depressed too. You know? It's like a combination. Like the kids growing up playing games, I feel like it's not as social, but then us who grew up playing games in that very social era, we're all working and have lives and things going on, and yeah. Dude, studying for exams. Almost winter break though. Finish strong, baby. Finish strong. That was a great intro. Oh my god. That opening
I'm going
pan.
to flash back to the era that I grew up with.
Tony
The
Hawk's
reason
better than
behind my
Skate.
opinion, and back to a time where most consider it to
On
be
the
the
record?
golden era of the video game world. I
Oh,
was the stereotypical
100%.
Xbox player. Call of Duty holding an exclusive deal
I like this guy.
to give Xbox players first taste into extra content. Gears of War being an all-out, brutal, and very satisfying third-person game. And the franchise that is about to be the lead
Look at this.
for my
Look at
opinion,
this.
Ever wonder what's up there?
God.
Like what? Maybe someone up there was wondering what it's like here.
These were the top dogs and were the video games leading the charge to grab the attention of curious people across the globe onto this gaming thing. I'm not trying to dive into the charm of each of these games and why they were satisfying.
You won't.
But they all shared something that sucked me in and is what made me keep playing video games to this day.
Yo, I just got your ass whooped again, man. Y'all so goddamn pussy. I am ashamed of each and every last one. Anybody.
Oh, Victor! Oh, last run!
Oh, dude, these lobbies, let me tell you, there was nothing sweeter. Nothing sweeter. These lobbies right here, bro, we used to just wipe dudes. We'd go into Team Slayer and we would just wipe teams. And we would get, because here's how it worked for those of you who don't know. So you pair up 4v4, right? You see them, but you can't talk to them yet, okay? So you're paired up, but you can't talk to them. You can see their thing, but you can't talk to them. But then when the game's over, it flips you into just a group chat, the post game, and everyone can talk to each other. We would wipe these dudes, you know, getting steak-taculars or just crushing them by like 20, whatever. And then we'd get in these post games where it'd be, you know, our team can then talk to them. Bro, guys would just go off. They would just go crazy because they were so mad. They're like, "You're trash. You're." I don't even know how we talked trash back then. It was probably like a lot more non-PC. So it's, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff. But we would just go at it like yell, 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 and then like back out, and then it's just like quiet, and then we would just laugh our heads off, and then we would just like go do it again. We go do it again, and we just play all night. It was so freaking good, dude. It was so good. Shout outs to Max Hoberman, bro.
No, retarded.
See, the kid just said retarded.
They were all alive.
Oh.
When I say alive,
I love
mean
Gears.
they were alive. A high chance of people instantly conversating the moment you join a lobby. Some random dude trying to trash talk you that made you pull out and end up in the historical 1v1 battles. Some kid getting it.
Here's the thing, like, even now, clips I see of people who like go in and troll or whatever, most party chats, like, or in-game chats, people are like, shut up, bro. Shut up. Like, people don't want to talk, I feel like.
Absolutely trolled in the game. People rematching after having the sweatiest, most intense battle and talking their crap. Why does this matter? Well, it's what brings the human feeling to the game. It gives it meaning outside a story experience. Games are better when they are played and shared amongst other people.
True.
It's what made online games become more popular than single-player games. Gradually, companies have become soft. Games aren't really made with that ingredient in mind anymore. Not very many of them, at least. Everyone gets discouraged from even speaking because anyone could get banned for anything. And nowadays, I don't think it's no coincidence that single-player games have started to become king once again. There's a reason why people are getting tired of multiplayer games.
That's true.
And I don't think that's because everything has already been done.
That's true. I'm playing so much more single player.
The best moments of each and every match of whatever game you're playing has just become more dull and only personal to you and maybe a few friends. You can maybe capture the social essence still as a creator or a person with friends who plays any game that you will hop on. But let's face it, multiplayer games would have never have become as memorable and lasting as they did without the social craze that they all provided. Of course, the game still needs to be addicting and fun to play. But the prioritized social aspects was the special ingredient that made them the best of the best. The games that would be replayed for years on end.
True.
The games that people have nostalgia for and wish they could play for the very first time again. If you don't believe me when I say online games are special because of the social elements it brought, then let's dive into the current era.
Then you're
of
an
games.
idiot if you don't believe it. I want to play this game.
It's a deal! That's not a deal!
Oh my god!
There are games out there right now
that?
proving that social mechanics encourage fun. One of the most popular social features in prominent games has been proximity voice chat. I've seen this thrown into games like Escape from Tarkov, BattleBit, Rust, Phasmophobia.
I wonder where that came from. Proximity chat. Whose idea was that? I wonder.
Warzone, DayZ, and several more. It's not enough of a feature to carry a game socially, but it's the biggest feature I've seen implemented nowadays. And it's effective.
Here, I have a present just because you're so generous.
Oh shit, man.
Instantly, all these games are suddenly full of amazing moments that amplify the fun by 10 times simply because it feels a little bit more alive. For example, the BattleBit game.
Charge, boys! Fucking charge!
No, don't do it to me!
It's good, Toxic.
You already know we're gonna do it to you, sir. Get him on the bed, boys.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna join.
Degens.
I have a
Pure-
family! Oh shit! Watch out, man!
Yo, people screaming is wild.
It's a Roblox game of Battlefield that became so popular it became a standalone game. All I've heard from fans of the franchise is how this game is putting the real modern Battlefield games to shame. There's so many people doing the most random things and sometimes just out here role-playing so incredibly hard that it's fun. It gives me brief moments of exactly what I am looking for in an online game.
Get me out of here. I don't want to fight this war anymore, man. I fucking hate this, man. Mate, you're gonna stay, mate. You're gonna do it, mate. No, I don't want to do it, Sarge. I don't want to do it, Sarge. I'm too late. You're gonna, mate. Down to 40. Fuck, they got ready.
But a game can't solely rely on
That
only
actually
social
looks fun,
mechanics.
dude.
It still has to be
Never played
satisfying
that.
and be somewhat addicting like most games push for nowadays. The gameplay loop is always the biggest priority because it's what's interesting for players to play their game.
I
in
do
the
like
first
Apex,
place.
though.
But to keep them around, to keep them engaged in the game and in the community, developers should utilize the people of the game and get them connecting in any way they can. This would be through social mechanics like the proximity chat. But there needs
He
to be
threw
more.
a can of
Usually
tuna
the game
at
is
him.
either lacking in the gameplay or the social experience. We rarely get both to where it feels like it's complete. I often see the smaller game projects do best in the social categories such as Among Us, BattleBit, Phasmophobia.
Oh god.
While the bigger companies and games often do best in the addicting gameplay. There are a few games out there that I
Trash.
believe deliver both addicting gameplay and social experiences on a sufficient level.
Game is
games
trash.
such as Escape from Tarkov and Rust. The problem with games such as those, though, is that they are quite difficult and hard to just pick up and play.
That's true. I've wanted to like jump into Tarkov and some of these games, but like it's kind of just hard to play them. He's right about that.
But now imagine that you did have a game that was dedicated to the experience of both social fun
Oh, like
and a
Halo
satisfying
2,
gameplay loop.
Halo
More than just
3.
proximity chat.
Like, give me a break.
Have it all. Be able to blend gameplay with social interaction. This is where I raised the golden child that did start doing a lot of this.
There is.
The Halo franchise.
Yep.
The one that made a drastic cultural impact, turning some ordinary people into gamers for the very first time.
The fuck is your real name, Peter?
I know it's been a while since this game has been in the spotlight and people forget, but the reason why Halo was one of the best
People
games to
do
ever
forget.
live was because not only was it innovating gameplay, but it was able to combine that with the power of community. People were talking with each other in game as usual, but they were communicating and often led themselves to experiment with the game's mechanics outside intended use. They would create silly moments that were unexpected
Such a good
and
sandbox.
produce some hilarious stuff. To top it off, they could instantly go back and watch it over and over again to then possibly make it one of the most beloved clips of all time. This clip, for example, went down in
Bro,
Halo history as one of
historic.
the most popular ones. But it also has a sad story behind it and now lives on as a great memory of what people were able to do together.
Dang. In memory of Martin the Flag Runner, my best friend, still miss you, bro. He was born in 1988. He died December 19th, 2001. Dang.
And that's what I believe made games fulfilling,
That's tough.
memorable, and addicting. Games are better with people. They always have been. Any specific moment that you enjoyed in a video game would almost always be better if shared with the right people.
100%.
But as the years went on, we've seen less freedom given to the community to make their own mark on the game within the game. Now it's more relied on outside use, mainly from the media such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and so on. You could just be on the
This
game.
game doesn't
and
even
go
look
experience
that
all
good.
that yourself with the reactions from everyone else.
Like, look,
now it seems
look.
a lot of bigger studios are
Look at
scared of the
this.
consequences.
Okay,
More
just
relied
look at
on
this level.
outside use, mainly from the media.
Like, even just the
to
colors
community
and
to
the-
make their own mark on the game within the game. Now it's more
Look at
relied
this.
on outside use, mainly from the media such as TikTok.
I don't even think those graphics are that much better. And then there was a Zanzibar clip here earlier. And then look at this.
Been in the spotlight, and people forget.
What are
But
we?
the reason why Halo
what are
was
we
one of the
talking
best
about
games that
here?
ever lived was because not only
Bro.
was it
Halo 3 has better graphics than Halo Infinite. Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
innovating gameplay, but it was able to combine that with the power
Look at
of
this.
community. People were talking with each other in game as usual, but they
Look at this. And then look at this.
game within the game. Now it's more relied on.
That looks like trash. Am I crazy? That's like a that's a 2009 when it came out, right? No, when did Halo 3 come out? Yeah, 9, 7? No, 9. Yeah, 9. Like over a 10-year-old. Is this like a 12-year-old, 15-year-old game? It looks better than I'm
outside use,
right.
mainly from the media such as
Let's finish
TikTok,
up.
YouTube, Twitter, and so on. You could just be on the game and go experience all that yourself with
He's
the
right.
reactions from everyone else.
He's
now
right.
It seems a lot of bigger studios are scared of the consequences of giving such freedom. Everything has to be kept silenced in order to play it safe. There are games that have microphones off by default. Games where you can't stay in the same lobby as the one you played in previously, and games with tools taken away from you that let out your creative side.
Yep.
Where's the fun in any of those decisions? But the decline of being social in video games isn't just all on the developer.
Here's his problem though. He's coming from a premise of where's the fun in any of that? They don't care about fun. They fundamentally, fun is not on their list. Money is their number one priority. We all know that. I'm preaching to the choir, but money is their number one priority. So fun and money, if it doesn't work together, then fun gets the chop and money stays up.
The landscape of gaming has changed too. People get more comfortable in party chats or Discord calls.
True.
Too lazy to even attempt with game chat.
True.
When you do that,
I mean, I'm in party
everything
chat
becomes
all the
more
time.
closed off. Little to no opportunity for anything new to happen because you're doing the exact same thing with the exact same people. I don't expect everyone to become friends with everyone they meet, but you can stumble upon some really interesting people that make the experience different.
Take this game back to Blockbuster and quit running up your mouth, you bitch state ass motherfucker.
Maybe
Yes, exactly. These are the kind of people that you love to run into, and you don't get that nowadays.
But you can stumble upon some really interesting
who are just
people
funny,
that make the experience different.
who can say the
Take this game back to Blockbuster and quit running up your mama's account, you bitch state ass motherfucker.
Maybe they'll lead you to a lobby with
So
something
good.
new to await you. People were getting creative and using the tools at their disposal to create nights that may go down in history for
Bad
you.
luck!
Years later down the road, you may just remember that night and how special it was. That's when a game becomes memorable because
He's
of
right.
the things it let you do. And
I
now
still
they
have
made
memories from moments in
But
games like this.
just don't do that as often anymore. Some only provide scraps of what we used to have. Feels a lot more isolated out there.
Yep.
And there are several ways to bring this back.
Ooh, dude, the
I know
torque
Call of Duty used
bow.
to force people to come to
Oh,
game chat
bro.
for one of their game modes.
Do you guys know about the torque
Feels
bow?
a lot more isolated out there. And there are several ways to
Boom! Look at this. I was playing this game when I was like a senior in high school. My mom walked into the living room where we were playing it, and she saw just the screen covered in blood. She was pissed. She was so mad. She's like, why are you guys... I don't think you should be playing this. Da, 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 da. And I'm pretty sure it was like my dad or someone was... Or we were like, Mom, you're killing... The classic, we're killing aliens, Mom. It's okay. Yeah, she wasn't too happy. But the torque bow, bro. So it's like a bow. It's like a you hold it like a kind of like a pistol, but you can see there it has the bow on it, and when you like hold down the when you ADS, it pulls the bow back tighter and tighter and tighter, and in the arrow it has like a giant like mortar shell on the end of it. So it's like a mortar shell arrow, and you can torque it tighter and tighter, and obviously like so you can like lob it. So your ADS will like, it sends out a line, and the line will be really curved in the beginning, and then it'll like go up and up until you got like a straight line. And if it's like all the way straight, torqued all the way back, it'll fire like super fast straight to the target. Or you can like lob it, launch it. Bro, if you get a headshot with that thing, it is crazy. But also the mortar shell explodes, so you can like shoot it at a wall or lob it around like a grenade. Oh, it's such a sick gun, dude. Such a sick gun. I love it.
I know Call of Duty used to force people to come to game chat for one of their game modes. Discord is owned now by Microsoft. They could easily implement ways to force people to talk in game.
No, they're not going to do that. They don't care about that.
Games need to let people have their mics on by default. If it's a setting that you have to go
I don't think they should force people to be like, yeah, design your game however you want, but I don't think they should force people. Like, if you want to be in a Discord call, let people be in a Discord call. Don't force them to do something.
Activate, then the average person may never go turn that on. I believe games should focus on
it
building
should be
around
default
the community.
on.
A game like Among Us essentially forces you to play the game with your microphone because it'll play like crap otherwise.
Yeah,
the same
true.
thing with something like the role playing in GTA.
I'm going to be on the
encourages you to use your
GTA grind
microphone,
so
or
hard.
Otherwise, it would be boring from the start. If the average gamer doesn't even have a mic, then we need to revert to something like consoles coming packaged with at least a cheap headset. And the great thing about all those ideas is that if you're comfortable gaming how you are, you always have the option to turn off those default settings or avoid game modes and continue doing your own thing. But giving a game the opportunity to breathe, where you can just relax with people, I think would reignite a fire in a lot of online games. What do you think?
He's 100% right. You can see all the games that have the best social features and the games that are like doing the best. Most of them have great social features, and that's why. So, like, I think he's right. And I think you can just look. It's not the most polished games. It's not the best looking games. It's not any of that. It's not even the best gameplay. It's the ones that are social and create real human interactions. I think he's 100% right. Wheezy, give him a follow. That's a fire video. Like the video. Yeah, he's 100% right. So, spot on.